right, welcome back to Vibe Coding with Frankie V. I'm your host, Frankie V. This is going to be the beginning of a new series I'm doing where we're going to vibe code an app. In this case, we're going to do a mobile app. We're going to vibe code a to-do slash reminder app, mainly for iOS. When I say vibe coding, I mean AI agentic assisted coding, right? I don't mean I have no context about what's going on and I'm just throwing stuff into a hole and hoping something comes out. We're going to be using the tools that are available to us as developers nowadays, which is a lot of what it's called vibe coding, Claude and ChatGPT and Cursor and Augment. I'm going to be doing a lot of Augment assisted development in this series. So this is the first of, I think, a 6-part series on this particular app. We're going to go through my process from the beginning to the end, and we're going to actually get this sucker into test flight, and then we're going to be able to actually test it. So if you want to get on the test list or on the beta list, you can just drop your email down below in the comments, and I'll try to get you on that. But we have a little ways to go. This is only our first video, and we're going to see how fast AI-assisted tools can help us build these new apps. So let's get started. I have another book I'm working on. It's called Closing Loops. It's about getting over procrastination and getting things done. I'm going to be publishing that soon, within the next month. Here's what we're going to do. So we're going to be coding the LoopCloser to go along with Closing Loops, the name of the book. So it's going to be a companion app to go along with the book. The book is all about closing loops, how to get things done, how to delegate tasks, how to prioritize, things like that. But this app is actually going to help us capitalize on that and actually get things done. When I started doing AI assisted coding, I was using ChatGPT to create an iOS app and try to get me an iOS widget, which you have to do natively, right? You can't just use React Native. We use a lot of React Native here in Expo, but you have to use native code in order to put the widget on the iOS home screen. So I said, let me try it with ChatGPT. It worked a little bit. I kind of got there, and I kind of used my own developer expertise to kind of figure it out. I'm going to use Claude to scope it and get the prompt, and I'm going to pass it to Augment, and then we're going to see how far we can get, and then all the little trips and ticks and trips and pitfalls along the way. And we're going to figure it out together, and you're going to watch me do it mostly in real time. So here we go. We're going to get started with our LoopCloser app next. Okay, so we're going to dive right in, and I'm going to be using literally a page out of my own playbook called the Vibe Coders Playbook, and we're going to see how we can talk to Claude and get, it's just kind of an overview of the entire app, listing all the features and whatnot. And we're going to use Claude itself, not Claude Code, to directly come up with the prompt to pass to Augment. So I'll talk to Claude, I'll tell it exactly what I want to build, what stack I want it to use, basically the features of the app, and then it'll come up with a product requirements document to pass to Augment. It'll come up with the screens, it'll come up with the navigation, it'll come up with all the libraries to use, and we will use Expo, so it makes it a lot easier. I've been publishing a lot of things through Expo, through EAS, and it's pretty seamless. Now, granted, I'm just a solo developer, so if I was working with a team, it might be a little bit different stack. I don't have a team. If you want to be part of the team, drop me a message. We can build some cool stuff together. We're going to scope it out in Claude itself. I'm using Sonnet 4.5, and we're going to figure out what we're going to give to Augment. So this is the template in the Vibe Coders Playbook, the book that I have coming out soon, the ebook. You'll be able to get a copy of this and a couple of other cool documents as well. Go to vibecoderplaybook.com and you can get a copy of this ebook soon. It boils down my whole philosophy about quote-unquote vibe coding, but really this is just agentic assisted developing. If you're not doing that nowadays, I think you're really missing out a bit. Let's get into the code. So we're going to use the template here. So I'm going to copy this here. I want to build, okay. So this is just to scaffold it out, all right? So I want to build a React Native Expo app called LoopCloser. It's a to-do / reminder app that a user can set reminders with a certain due date, and the app will periodically remind the user of that reminder / to-do. This will use iOS native widgets to put a widget on the home screen and on the lock screen. Okay. Core features. Add to do. User should be able to add a to do with title and due date. User should be widget. List of to-dos. You get the idea. Widget shows last 3 or 5 can be set in apps settings. Shows the last 3 or 5 to-dos on home screen. Okay, technical requirements. Yeah, here we go. React Native with Expo. Integrations. Any API services? None, but suggest. Perhaps. I've been using Firebase a lot for mobile apps, especially just for MVPs. So let's see, Firebase backend off. So we'll just do Firebase. Style, classic iOS. Constraints, because I don't want any. Let's see, your goal is to create a prompt to give to Augment to build this magnetic Expo AI. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, send. Now we wait. So I've got my my VS Code here already set up. I created a directory called LoopCloser. We're using 4.5. I'm actually going to switch to Opus. I find Opus is extremely good at doing MVP work and creating the full app in one pass. So Sonnet will use fewer tokens, but I want the whole thing in one shot. So I'm going to give it to Opus and let Opus go do it. And the next thing I'm going to see is the app launching on my emulator, my simulator. Great concept, Frank. Yeah, I'm so smart. Just ask Claude. Right. A reminder. How did you read reminder? Daily at a set time. Notification type. Yeah. Post to the. Wow. Oh, I told it to ask questions, and now it's asking questions. See, I don't know if I like this. Let's try this. Use your own judge. So this should have features standard to a typical app. Users should have CRUD functionality and customize ability the functionality. As far as so I try to use really good English. Okay, customizability in regards to functionality. So I try to sound smart. I try not to use idioms or slang or whatnot. I try to be very direct and precise in the language I use when I speak to Claude. Here you go, blah 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 blah, boom, and it's done. Right? Widget, Expo home screen widget for iOS home. Okay. Expo notifications. Yes, you got it, nailed it. All right, so tech stack, React Native with Expo. Yes, backend, Firebase, great, state management, context API or Zoostand. That's fine. We don't need anything overly complicated. We probably just need local storage. Let's see, UI components, React Native paper or database for iOS native field, React Native navigation or Expo router. So I'm going to edit this. Yikes! It's important to read what the output is here because I don't want React Native navigation or Expo router as far as my navigation goes. That's just me. I'm used to React navigation. So I will modify that. I don't want to use this as far as navigation goes, so I might make an adjustment with that. Okay, Expo notifications are fine. I've used Expo notifications before. I have it in my Crapper Mapper app. Google sign in. Okay, great. Title. Let's see. Title, description, great, optional, great. It gives it. Okay. So we're kind of like building out the schema here. All right, to do, read, filter, update, edit, soft, delete, move to archive, great. Archive view, oh, fantastic. It's going to create an archive view. Bulk delete, fantastic. Notification system, yes, yes, yes. All right, iOS widgets. All right, home screen widget, blah, 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 blah. 35 in settings, priority indicator. Oh, this is, see, it comes up with things I didn't even like think about. So part of what I'm writing this vibe coder playbook about is basically the shift in software development and how we're not necessarily just going to be coders anymore. We're going to have to be product managers. Now, look, if you're working for a company and you're building a feature, you're going to have to build that feature according to whatever your PM or your manager wants you to build it to. And that's fine. But if you're looking to be like a solopreneur, kind of like I am, and just get your projects out into the world, which is kind of my goal, then you're going to want to think of yourself more along the lines of product management because the coding is no longer the hard part. The hard part is what to build. So, and I talk about that in the book. Take this prompt, I'm going to modify it, and then I'm going to paste it into Augment and let it rip. So I'm going to go down here. So it shows out the technical architecture, shows out the files. We're going to be app, tabs. Let's see, hold on. I'm just going to tell it, I'd rather use React navigation for navigation. Refactor the prompt with that condition. All right, so I'm going to have it refactor the prompt because it gave me a folder structure that was based off of like Expo's router, and I don't want to do that. So here's what it's going to do. Let's see, blah, 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 React navigation, the bottom tabs and stack navigators. Boom, perfect. That's what we want. We want tab navigators at the bottom. Okay, fire and blah, 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 blah. This is all pretty much the same. As soon as it's done, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. I can close this. I have my code open here, my VS Code. So I'm using VS Code with Augment extension. I know you can use Augment in Cursor, but it seems to have more functionality if you just use it in straight up VS Code. So this is VS Code. This is my editor. So we've got everything we need over here. Blah, 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 blah. Data settings, clear all completed, to-dos, blah, 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 blah. Category management. Additional features, statistics, insights, total to-dos created. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Floating action button, a fab on the main screen. This is fantastic. Swipe right to complete. Oh my God, we're going to be doing swipe. We're going to be implementing swipe in a mobile app from scratch. Okay. Best of luck. File structure looks good. Screens, it's all separated out. Navigation. Deep linking configuration. We're going to have deep links into to-dos. I guess, why not? You want it later. Okay, components, to-do, UI, widget, reminder. Does it have reminders? This is fantastic. Oh, it's typing it all out. Deep linking configuration, typing it all out. This is fantastic. Widget implementation. Okay, we're going to have, what, 6 screens? Navigation, UI. Voiceover support. Oh my. Let's see what the deliverables are. Firebase configuration file. Basic document. Basic documentation for key features, navigation, flow diagram. All right. Success criteria. App launches, blah, 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 blah. Data syncs across devices. That's interesting. Offline mode works smoothly, passes iOS App Store requirements. What extremely thorough prompt. I didn't see any tests mentioned. We're living free and dying hard. So, with clean code, proper error handling, React navigation best practices, and a polished user experience. Fantastic. I will copy this. I will paste it. Now, Augment has a cap of 20,000 characters, I believe. So let's see what this gave me. Oh, I'm not over the limit. Okay, so if I scroll up to the top here, okay, I can get rid of this. Get rid of that. Boom. And I'll just paste it up, and it just shows up as Markdown. So, I'm using Opus. We're ready to go. Fire away. And now we wait. So just to check in here, so we're using Opus, so we're burning tokens. But, I mean, we're getting a lot of we're doing a lot of upfront work to make up for any kind of back-end changes. So hopefully this will get us as close to the bullseye as we can, even though we're burning more tokens. We would burn them eventually, having to redo work, right? So it's creating an auth context, it's creating a theme context, an NLP parser for quick add functionality. I don't even know what that means. Navigation types, themes, environment variables, great, starting with types, blah, blah, blah. Can you see this? I'll make this a little bigger. It's creating auth screens, creating navigation structure, boom, boom, boom. It's creating a hook, use to-dos hook. Now it's creating the components. So I'm gonna check on it in a second, but so far this has been running for 12 minutes now. So in other news, let's play a little Call of Duty. I think I'm playing Call of Duty 3. So need something to do while you're waiting for your prompt to finish. Call of Duty. Open it. Open it here. You just running? Bang bang. You sure? Oh snap! Take this knife! Oh, I should have got the bazooka. Okay, so it's continued on here. We got notification setting screen, auth context. From when we last left up, create the entry point, adding some diagnostics, create the home screen, to-dos. Okay, I just pulled up the simulator here just so we can kind of see. Eventually it should launch. remaining issues. I gotta have some issues here. Let's see. Okay, it's kind of working it out for itself, right? Auth context says, screens you update settings. Okay, so it confused itself. Update user settings. The screens are using update settings. Okay. The style issue. Okay, great. Blah, blah, blah. The car component. Blah, blah, blah. Now I fix the profile screen, which doesn't exist. Okay. So I think it tried to launch the app. I'm not sure. Now it's adding the update profile function to the auth context. Okay, great. So it looks like we're going to be using context for local storage. All right, great. We've been running for 25 minutes. This is why I play Xbox or Call of Duty PS5. Okay, so I died. Now we're back. Take that, 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 take that. There's a guy down here. Take that. This guy on the ground. Yeah, but they're out of my way, goes. Trying to get this thing. Move, dude. You got the gun? Who's got the gun? What are we doing here? Give me the thing, you fool! Why? Okay, so I want you to see that this is attempting to be self-healing. We've been running for 28 minutes now, and I haven't touched a thing. So I guess y'all can see that. We've been running for 28 minutes. I can only imagine how many tokens I've burned. As a matter of fact, let me go check before this thing just stops. And then at this point, I'm going to switch to Sonnet. I think I consumed about 50,000 credits, 50,000 tokens on this. Oh, there we go. If I hit I. Oh, there we go. Open an Expo Go. Here we go. Here we Expo Go. LoopCloser. Bada bing, bada boom. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 30 minutes, and you two can have a broken app. Right. So this is to be expected because I haven't put the Firebase credentials in the environment variables. So this is naturally going to fail. So let me just dismiss this. App entry not found. Right. So I said, can you make the app work in a fallback mode just to see the features? just so I can see the features until I complete the Firebase. Okay, so this so the app crashed, but that's to be expected because it's expecting Firebase to be there. We should have some kind of graceful handling if it can't find it. So it took about 30 minutes. 30 minutes and like 50,000 credits in Opus. Now, I think if I just used Sonnet 4.5, I would have probably done it in half the credits. But let's see if we can do this real quick. Yeah, okay, good. Use local storage instead. Fantastic. So let's see, we got Augment over here, Augment. Don't need this. So I want you to know that the whole point of this is that I'm not even open a file. I don't even have the Explorer open, which is Command-Shift-E to even see what is in here. But look, we can go in and look at it, and it says exactly what it said in the prompt from Claude components. Oh, look, it's all to do, right? These are to do components. Then in the UI, okay, great. We got some generic buttons, loading spinners, fantastic. The widget, let's get the widget preview. So I mentioned my theme in case you like the theme. It's Activate Umbra Protocol. It's pretty cool. It's like a purple. Helps you. It's a few magic numbers. Oh, well, look, we even got spacing involved. Look, we've added some metrics to like, oh, look, we got some theming and spacing. This is fantastic. Look, it did all this. It did all this. It created spacing config file here. So now we have some base metrics. So now we're not just using magic numbers like 10 or whatever. It's in multiples of 4, which is good. Yeah, font size, we should probably use like a font large or something like that in addition to spacing. I guess I didn't add that. But anyway, let's see what happens here. Okay, great. Let's go back to Augment, the panel. Show me the panel. What are you doing? There we go, open Augment. It's still going. Okay, so to recap, I used Opus 4.5 to build the entire app in one shot. I got the prompt from Claude. I refactored it a little bit, and then we went all in one shot with Opus 4.5. It launched the app. I told it to use Firebase. It was expecting the Firebase keys to be there, but since it just created them and I haven't even spun up the Firebase project in Firebase yet, so they're not there. So the app was crashing. So let's take a look at what we got. So here's a key thing about the vibe coding or the agentic development. Read the output. Read what it's telling you. Demo mode successfully implemented. Fallback mode allows you to explore the features without Firebase configuration. Here's what I did. It mocked services. It mocked some services. Okay, fine. Updated core services. Great. Otherwise, it switches to mock mode and auth context, to-do context. Add an orange banner showing demo mode. Okay. Whatever, dude. Banner automatically disappears when Firebase is configured. Well, that's useful. So features available in demo mode. Everything works. User sign up. It's stored locally. Okay, we can just sign up. Full CRUD operations on to-dos. Great. Complete, incomplete to-dos, archive, categories management, all settings and preferences, statistics and insights, search, filter, and sort, natural language to-do parsing. Okay. Local notifications and widget sync. Widget data sync. Okay, so open the app, sign up with any credentials, start exploring all the features. All data is stored locally using async storage. Data persists. Switching to Firebase later. The app is ready to use. All right, let's go. Oh, look at that. Display name, Frankie V. Email at nexusdev.com. Create a password. Super secret password. Okay, cool. Firebase not configured, running in demo mode with local storage. Widget data updated. Did this thing make a widget? And I'm not even... All right, I don't see the widget. So let's see, stats. Okay, so here's the main page, the main tab, to-dos, quick add, buy milk tomorrow, 5 p.m. shopping. Okay. Buy milk tomorrow, 5 p.m. Hashtag shopping. Failed to add to-do. All right, stay tuned next time and let's figure out how to debug this. This has been Vibe Coding with Frankie V. We're working on the To-Do app. This is segment 1 of 6. Stay tuned.